Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I have come up to the shop and I am just about to lease our sprayer. The Challenger is busy working in the field. $19,000! That's insane. For spraying, we're going to spend 19 grand to spray 2 fields. And yes, we are going to do it. We're going to spend an obscene amount of money just to spray 2 fields. Oh, hang on, I forgot to look. What's the capacity of the tank? 6,000 litres. Well, we got 2,000 litres back at the farm. I think 4,000 would be enough. I'm not sure if one tank is going to be enough. So we'll go for another one here. We get one here, 2,400. Okay, back. And there we go. So, this sprayer here. Now, this one is a little bit odd as far as I'm concerned with sprayers. Because, number one, when you look out the front, you just can't see anything. Look at this. Your visibility is absolutely appalling whilst travelling. Number two, it doesn't have rear wheel steer. And I thought that most machines like this had 4-wheel steer, not 2-wheel steer. And there's no option to change it either. You look in here, there's no option for changing the steering. You've got option on... Oh yeah, of course, it's the wheels, the widening of the wheels. That is such a cool little thing. Yes, you wouldn't do it while you're standing still. You definitely wouldn't do it while you're standing still. This is something you have to do while you're driving along. The mini digger that I drive, it's the 2-ton little mini digger swing shovel. That one you can put the tracks out, and what you do is you lift it up into the air. You put the blade down on one side, you put the bucket down on the other side, you lift the tracks right up in the air, and then you can widen it. But this one here, I've done something with this. I actually put a picture of this up on FSUK. Actually, no, I put the picture of it going along the tracks like this on FSUK. This is a different picture, a different thing that I'm going to do in a minute while we go back to our field. But my question for this week, and this is a really important question. If you've been watching my other episodes, you probably know what the question is by now. Very, very important. Do you want me to continue playing Farming Simulator all the time on this channel? I feel this is a really, really important question to ask because... I'm starting to think that just Farming Simulator on this channel is going to grow a little stale. There we go! Right over the top! Absolutely brilliant. I love this machine. I genuinely do. Being able to do that is so much fun. I don't think you can do it to those big ones over there, but you can do it with the cars. It's so much fun doing that. It's genuinely awesome being able to do that. It's fantastic. So, yeah, do you want me to play Farming Simulator all the time on this channel still? I'm aware that most of you, 99% of you, are here on this channel and subscribing to me because of the Farming Simulator videos. But I want to know, do you want me to change it up a little bit? Do you want me to still do Farming Simulator? There's no way I'm going to stop doing Farming Simulator. It's the game for this channel. But do you want me to start doing some other stuff as well? So do you want me to... So the question is, do I stay doing Farming Simulator 7 days a week? Or do I do Farming Simulator Let's Plays for 3 days a week and play other games for 3 days a week? So I would do one Let's Play series per week on this channel and then one Let's Play series for other games. And I'm not sure if it would be a series or it would be a selection of games. I don't quite know how we'll do that yet, but we'll be able to take a look at a whole load of other content that's out there for different stuff, not just Farming Simulator. Or would you rather I did Farming Simulator 4 days a week, Let's Plays on here, and then other games for 2 days a week? And the way that would work is that I would do a Let's Play of Goldcrest or Gorali, whichever it's going to, you know, when we get to it, and that would be 2 days a week. Then I would do Water Valley for 2 days a week, and then I would do other games for 2 days a week. So you'd have 2 separate series of Farming Simulator and 2 episodes a week for other games. Because of my time-lapse. Now the time-lapse is kind of the big thing for this channel. It's the big draw for this channel. It's what a lot of people subscribe to this channel and they want to watch. It's like the big video of the week. Because I do those 2 days a week, I do not have time to also do my Let's Plays 6 days a week and do some other games as well. There's just not physically enough hours in the day in order to be able to do that. So that's out. Unless I stopped doing one of the time lapses, I wouldn't be able to do it. It's just not an option. And I get the strong impression that most people wouldn't want me to do that anyway. Now then, this machine here. So yeah, anyway. So it's Farming Simulator Let's Play 6 days a week, like I do now. So continue as we are. Farming Simulator 3 days a week and other games 3 days a week, or Farming Simulator 4 days a week and other games 2 days a week. It's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. Now then, yeah, so we're going to be doing this spraying. It's odd that you only have the steering on the front. The Amazon Pantera, which I did see earlier today, is, I believe, in testing on the Giants are currently testing it to see if it will be if the mod is acceptable, and if it is, it's going to be released for all of it. I think it's consoles as well. And that one, if I remember correctly, from FS13 and FS15 was four-wheel steer, not just front-wheel steer. So I don't know why this one is just front-wheel steer. I could be remembering this completely wrong, by the way. See, I like the idea of when this one is unfolded, you look in the cab, you got a fantastic view of this machine. You can see everything. You see the whole boom. But that does lead me to a couple of other points. We'll get to those in a minute. Let's come out of cab, because I know a few people like in-cab stuff, but most of you know by now that I'm not a fan of in-cab driving, and most of you say that you... Oh, Frith, you idiot! Okay, we'll fold this one up a minute. We will go and make our little track over there that we were going to do. And we need to wait for a growth stage before we can start doing our spraying. Yeah, when you're... I genuinely thought there was a bee behind me for a minute there, and I moved my hand behind my head. It's not. There's the bees. They're all down here, buzzing around quite nicely. Yeah, when this thing is spraying, surely it's going to get loads of spray residue all over the wheels, because, you know, normally the boom is behind, and so you don't keep driving over what you've just freshly sprayed. And yeah, I'm genuinely not sure about this machine, but we're going to use it in a little while. We will get to that. Where's our tank? How much have we got up here? Let's just see if we've got any honey milk that we could sell. I'm not really going to do very much to this today, though. Let's take a look, and F1 should tell me what we got. Building temp milk. Honey milk, 4,600. What we don't have is any honey. We've got a bit of honey down here, and we've got a bit more over there. So let's just grab this. You've seen this now, though. We've done this a lot. So I don't feel I need to do very much more to keeping the slow bee pack moving, because we've sort of done it, and you've seen how everything works, and now it's just kind of getting repetitive. And it's the same with... I know. I need to tidy this place up. It's an absolute pigsty. We've got wood chips everywhere. I would like to sell some of those at some point soon. And I will sell some of those some point soon. I'm just not quite sure when. We've got to move that lot out the way. Actually, we could return these. I think we will. We will call them up right now. We go to our garage, and we will return the equipment. Not all of the equipment, obviously. We want to return some of the equipment. We want to return the haymaking stuff. Do we want that? We'll leave that up the top so that you guys have got it when you come to play the game. But these two here, we're going to return these two. That one there, yes. Okay, and that one there, return, yes. Okay, and is there anything else that we want to return? We've got a round baler there, but now we've got the square baler with the square bale wrapper and stuff like that. I'm not sure that we actually want the round baler. It's a job to know what we want to keep sometimes. Right, well, we'll keep the rest. That one's now available, so I don't have to shunt a load of machinery around. It's actually just a really lazy way of getting the gear out of the shed. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll be okay. So let's get this one now. Hopefully this will work. We've got the ground modification pack installed. I took a look at it on Whatever Valley. I just sort of did a few bits across the map, and then I tarmacked my driveway. This time we're going to use dirt track, I think. So let's press F1 and bring that one up. And then you've got original ground type. And remove grass. No, I don't want to remove grass. So we've got cultivated, we've got ploughed, we've got sowed wide, grass field, asphalt or tarmac, depending what part of the world you're from, sand, concrete. You know, I really should fold up that Challenger and put it away, so let's go and do that a second. I think dirt. Gravel is going to be too much. It's just a dirt track. It's really a track like that. You don't even go to the effort of making a track like that. You just kind of start driving there with your tractors, and it turns it into a bit of a dirt track. It is leaving little lines around, isn't it? Not quite sure why it's doing it. It might be the ground response mod. You know, the one that makes the wheels move up and down a bit in the ground. That might be affecting it somehow. Our sawmill is currently full. We're going to have to deal with that at some point. Let's just go and park this over here. I really am working horribly untidy at the moment. I've been working... It's been getting steadily worse. And people have noticed. People have commented. People have said things. Quite frankly, Frith, this place is a pigsty. I've heard those very words mentioned, that this place is a pigsty. And I'd have to agree with you. It is a bit of a pigsty. We do need to do something about it. It's getting worse. Right, so we've got concrete, we've got pine needles, we don't want those. We don't want grass, we don't want gravel. We don't want leaves, we don't want rock. Mud. Should we have mud? Plates, no. Dirt. I don't think we'll use mud, I think we'll just put dirt on here. It's just going to be pure dirt, and we'll do one, it's just going to be a quick track up across. It's not going to be anything fancy. And if we start here, I think that's probably close enough. I don't want to get too close to the road. I don't think it will affect the road. I think the road is like something that's an object that's placed down. I'm leaving the grass on here because a track like this generally has grass growing all over it. It's just kind of muddied up as well. And you can even see we're making a track, but there's patches of it where even the track doesn't show through properly. And it's a very realistic sort of approach to how you would have it on any real farm. When you've got one of these like little backtracks that you sometimes use, you might nip down through with a Land Rover, or you might take a shortcut with a tractor with a link box on the back or something like that. But it's not something that you would go through if you're doing grain cart or silage carting. You wouldn't be dragging your trailers up and down here because it's too much wear and tear, too much potential damage to the machinery. So you just wouldn't do it. But we come up through here, and I'll bring the track out to meet up with this muddy track over here, and that's it. That's all we're going to do. We're just going to make that one track there. So if I lift that one up, in theory, that should be enough. We shouldn't need to do anything else. And I'm thinking that we will go to sleep for the night now. So yeah, here we go. We got our little tiny track. It's just a bit of mud because we've driven up and down it so many times. And so we haven't actually constructed a track. We haven't taken the time to dig it out or anything like that. It's just a little shortcut when you're in a tractor to save having to go right round the roads. But like I said, you wouldn't bring your silage trailers down here. You wouldn't bring hay or anything like that. And you wouldn't bring your big equipment down through here either. It's one of those types of tracks. And for me personally, this is something that makes a farm. It's unusual to find a farm without a track like this. There's all sorts of farms all around the world, and I've never worked on one that doesn't have a track like that somewhere that you can use as a very occasional shortcut. So there's our very occasional shortcut put in, but it's getting a bit later, and we do need the first growth stage available so that we can do our stuff up there. Hang on, I just need to change this one again. I don't want dirt. Meadow, lawn, original ground. Right, see, this is the problem. If I go and put it back here, original ground, what's it going to do? Oh, it just leaves it as it is, does it? I'm hoping that's what it's going to do, because I've got to lower it down over here. And I don't want to just sort of dig up a patch of the concrete. Let's lower it down. Nope, that's fine. That's original ground. That works just fine. No issues there at all. Yeah, that has worked fine. Okay, I will see you in the morning when we can actually start using that big old sprayer up there so that we can get all of these fields sprayed, and that is probably going to finish up this week. We have yet another beautiful morning. We do have some cloud scheduled later today, so hopefully we can get all of this done before it starts to get cloudy and overcast. Yeah, this one, while it's spraying. Oh, there's one other thing. I kept meaning to ask you about this earlier in the week, and I've completely forgotten about it. So before we go any further, you may have noticed that things seem a little brighter, because I've gone into the options before the game starts and I changed the setting for the brightness level. I've gone to, I think it's 1.2 on the brightness level instead of my regular 1.0. Is this an improvement? Is it too bright? Should I go back to how I had it before? I'd like to hear a little bit of input on this one. I've also changed this setting for the time-lapse for Wednesday, and I will put a question up on Wednesday's time-lapse about the lighting and whether you think that it's an improvement or not. So there's one little detail I'd like to hear about. I always strive for maximum quality in my videos at all times, so I'm hoping that the slight adjustment to the lighting will have improved things a little bit for you, but again, I'm not quite 100% sure. So yeah, this one here is driving along, it's spraying on the plant, and then immediately the wheels are brushing what has been sprayed, and to my mind, this is not a good thing. You're using all these chemicals, and then you sort of put them all over this sprayer. How is that a good thing? To me, it doesn't seem like it should be happening. I think that the whole boom in front is not necessarily an improvement. You get an improvement of what you can see in that, but at the same time, you've then got this issue where it's going to affect, surely you're going to be dragging residues out from the field, and it's going to become dangerous. Surely it is going to become an issue. Right, that one can go round there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to travel over to this end of the field, and I'm going to start it spraying over here so that we can do down this side. Now, I realise that in-game at the moment all we're doing is we're spreading fertiliser. Now, if you're spreading liquid fertiliser, I believe 9 times out of 10 it's liquid nitrogen that you're putting onto the fields. Not like the not the cold liquid nitrogen. It's a liquid nitrogen fertiliser that you apply to the fields. But I'm not actually sure. I have. I was going to say I've never done spraying. I have done it once for about 45 minutes. And that's the only time that I ever done it. I wasn't involved with it. I've never had any training in it. I don't know very much about spraying. It's certainly not big spraying equipment. The sprayer that I used was a little tractor-mounted one. So yeah, this is new territory to me. It's stuff that I don't know anything about. So those of you who have experienced spraying, please educate me. But I'm under the impression that liquid fertilizer is predominantly liquid nitrogen. You say liquid nitrogen, you immediately think of a big tank of frozen nitrogen. It's a form of nitrogen fertilizer. It's a liquid form of nitrogen fertilizer, and you don't generally apply other types of fertilizer in a liquid format. You would normally apply other types of fertilizer as granules. But I mean, have I got that right, or am I like completely wrong on that one? Have I completely missed how it's supposed to happen? Now, is that going to do the entire field in 3 passes? It's close. There's a slight overlap there. If I bring it over this way a bit, I reckon we can do the whole field in 3 passes. We bring this one over. If you have a look down there and down that side, I think we are actually going to be able to do this in 3 passes. Let's press H. It's leaving a tiny strip over there. I don't actually care about that tiny strip. I'm just going to let it go. We're not going to worry about that too much. So this should, in theory, be the 3rd pass of fertilizer going across this field. I don't want growth. We need to plough it. We probably aren't going to get as far as ploughing. But yes, this is the 3rd time, the 3rd stage going across the field. That one we don't have any. I don't know if poplars are affected by fertilizer or not. That would be something interesting for us to find out at some point, I guess. If anybody's ever done any tests, do fertilizer affect poplar yields or not? I would be interested to know that. We'll go up and we'll check the poplars up there in a minute. Actually, let's do that now. We're going to just quickly flick up to the combine that's up here. We've got half a field that is ready to harvest. The other half a field is not quite ready to harvest. I suspect over the end there it is more stuff that is ready. That definitely looks ready. I don't think it's going to get any bigger or different than that. I think that is completely ready to go. There we go. So there's our poplar. So we are starting poplar harvest next week. We got 2 weeks to go left on this map. So next week we're starting harvesting these. We're going to be using, while we do that, actually let's go back to the fertilizer sprayer a minute. I want to go back to here. There we go. Start you up. Fold the boom up and start moving. There we go. We get over to the other field. As soon as we start, I'll show you what we're going to be using to do our poplar harvest. We'll be using the Tatra to drag the trailers around. That goes without saying. Definitely use those. And ooh, no, I don't want to press H, do I? But I do want to unfold it. I didn't realise that if you press H, he automatically unfolds it himself and then starts doing it. I don't think it used to do that in the last version of the game. It's actually kind of interesting to know that the hired help will unfold the stuff for you before it starts working. You don't actually have to set it up ready for the hired help. It's kind of, it does show that the hired help is slowly learning a bit more about his job and is able to do a few more tasks himself without worrying too much. So that is our New Holland self-propelled sprayer, the SP400F. It is a bit of a beast. I've got to admit, that thing is a bit of a beast. Let me just quickly show you what we're going to be using next week. Headers. It's going to be in here, surely. Now, oh, no, it's not going to be in there, is it? It's going to be forage harvester headers. That's the one that I want. Let's go and have a look through here. We'll be using probably that one to start with. And then I've also got another mod. Well, I thought I had another mod. Has it changed it? That's corn. Right, I had another mod, and I installed that mod, and it might just be that I haven't actually activated it for this save game. I'll have to come back to that and have a look for it, but basically it's a Kemper. It's that one, the 390 plus, but it's had poplars added to it. So we will be using the normal one, which is this one here. I mean, we might just use that one because I'm thinking that we'll be using the modded New Holland forager. I think it could be a bit more interesting. So we're going to use it for doing part of it. Oh, we've just had a growth stage come through. So now we've got beautiful yellow flowers right across our field, which means that our poplars should actually be completely ready to harvest up there. We'll go and take a look in a second. Yeah, so we've got that Kemper that we'll be using. We'll use the regular one to do it to start with, but then we'll hurry things along. I know the Kemper, there's no way you would use that for doing poplars, and it's done it again. Look, it's in the middle of the field, and it's trying to turn it round. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Why is it trying to turn it round in the middle of the field just because it's the second to last pass across the field? I don't understand why it does that. It just seems such a weird thing to do. And I'm not the only one that has this issue. There's a lot of people. Look, and now it's not going to do it at all. It's decided that it's not going to work because it's overlapping ever so slightly. So I'm going to have to bring it up here until we get past where we were just now. If I go up, can I see? No, you can't really see now. With the flowers in the way, you can't really see what it's doing. So let's bring this one on up. Hopefully now. Is he going to go? No, I don't want to press B. I want to press H. That's what I've got to do. Right. Now it's going to work. So we'll let that one carry on. It does actually look pretty cool here in the flowers. I do actually like... Hang on, I'll tell you what. Let's just stop it a second. And we need to lift it up just a fraction. I think it needs to be above the flowers themselves. There we go. Right. I was actually thinking I'd already got the screenshot for this. I thought it was, when it was working on the field. But I think we're going to have the screenshot as the sprayer working in the flowers. I think we'll do it like this. We don't need to get the whole boom in. And so if I'm lining up the shot, I think that there is the perfect shot. That is what we're going to use as our screenshot today. But anyway, yeah, let's... That one can... He can figure out turning around. We want to just quickly race up here and see... No, it's not. We had a growth stage come on. So... I mean, obviously these, they seem to go a little bit slower, or there's different growth stages or something, I'm not quite sure, but anyway, that's obviously not ready yet. It will be by the time we come to do things next week. Right, you're going to come in here, and then you'll hopefully reverse back up so that you can start at the end of the field. I have just about run out of time. My question this week, and it's going to be the same question here and on Water Valley, Do you want me to continue doing Farming Simulator for 6 Let's Plays every week? Do you want this channel to be 100% Farming Simulator with nothing else with it? Or would you rather I start doing a few other games? I'm starting to get the impression that Farming Simulator as a game, all games, they sort of have lulls and high points, and I think that we're sort of moving into a bit of a lull. All of the Farming Simulator communities seem to be getting quieter at the moment. People are sort of moving away, they're trying other games. It's a quiet time of the year for YouTube anyway, but and that's to be expected because, you know, spring is here, people are starting to go outside and do other things. So that's fine. But the Farming Simulator communities, Facebook groups, the forums, all the Farming Simulator communities are getting a lot quieter than they were. We could have done all of this on one tank of fertilizer. We didn't need to go and get another tank. Should we take this one up top? No, we're not going to take this one up the top. What we're going to do is we're going to drive this one back to the shop, and we're going to see if we can straddle some cars as we go up the road, because that's just awesome fun. I love doing that. Yes, I know it's highly illegal, and it's definitely not realistic, but it's still fun. It's lots and lots of fun. So that's what we're going to do. So because the Farming Simulator community in general is starting to get a little quieter than it was, I'm thinking that perhaps we should be doing a few different things on this channel. I'm thinking that we shouldn't be doing Farming Simulator exclusively. I think that we should still do Farming Simulator, but we should also be doing some other things as well. And so that is what this question this week is all about. Do you want me to continue doing 100% Farming Simulator? Would you like me to start doing half and half? There we go, right over the top. Is it going to do it with this one? I'm curious how high our machine is, or is it just going to ride right up on top of it? Oh. Okay, we can't do it with that. We can't do it with the bigger vehicles, but we can do it with a regular car. Oh, that's great fun. There's something about driving along and just going right over the top of the car like that. It's just brilliant. Anyway, other games. Should we start having a bit of variation on this channel? Because I can keep looking at different mods and that, but we're starting to repeat ourselves. Quite frankly, we are starting to repeat ourselves a bit here. We're doing the same tasks on different maps, and I know that a lot of you enjoy watching the different, you're seeing the different maps and see how the tasks pan out on the different maps. And I still want to play Farming Simulator. I still enjoy playing Farming Simulator, but by running 2 separate series, I'm just repeating the stuff more frequently than I would if I was only running one series. One series, I can sort of do a load of different jobs on a map, and then we can go to a new map and we can try a different method of doing the same task, and we can sort of spread it out a little bit. Whereas if I'm running it continuously, it's going to become more repetitive more quickly, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want this map, I don't want this channel to become stale and dull. Right, let's go. Where should we go? Where should we go? Where should we go? Where should we go? Those two are ready. That one up there is fruit types, growth. See, we've got some of it ready there, and some of it not quite ready. So it'll be ready next week. We'll worry about that then. Let's go back to the main yard. And I'll tell you what we could do. We could start moving some wood chips, actually, and just start having a bit of a move around here. I tidied up the wood chips during the night, and I've loaded those into the Fendt GT over there with the trailer. We've got some wood chips here that could go into this trailer, which we could get ready to sell. We're going to need to empty this trailer ready for next week. We've got 2 pallets of timber here. I'm not actually worried about the sawmill at the moment, because those over there are fairly slow compared to the sawmill, so we'll kind of leave that going. Tell you what, we're going to just start slowly wending our way towards the mill with the Fendt GT right here. We'll see if we can drag this one up. I know it's a heavy trailer. We'll see if we can get it up our new track that we've built. Yes, I've got to the point where I'm starting to become concerned that things will grow stale here on this channel. I don't want things to grow stale. I want you to be entertained. I don't want you to think, oh yeah, well, seen that before, so yeah, I'll come back another time. Now, see, you probably wouldn't use the track for this job. If it was just the Fendt GT by itself, you probably would use this track for it. But for this, with the trailer as well, you'd probably actually be better off going around the road. But we won't worry about that. We are stubborn to the bitter end, so we will do it our way. Just like that. Brilliant. It is working. It's working quite nicely. I'm quite pleased with that. Good angles. It looks good as it goes up through it, dragging up over the banks there. It's great fun. And it's also, when you're going along these tracks, it's great fun driving the tractors along. I just enjoy driving along these little back tracks. They're always entertaining. There's always something new to see and do and so on. But yes. So, speaking of new to see and do, is this channel ready for some new content? Is this channel ready to branch out a little bit and start exploring some other games? To start with, we will stick to the simulator genre. So there's Spin Tires and the Giant Machines one that Dagwin did a couple of episodes on. I've not really seen anyone else do episodes on that, but it certainly seemed entertaining, so we could take a look at that. Speaking of Dagwin, I released a video on Wednesday that showed my lorry lying gracefully on its side with a load of silage bales. Exactly 1 hour before I released that video, Dagwin released a video, and the thumbnail of his video showed a tractor and trailer with bales lying gracefully on its side. Several people commented that, oh, I'm just copying Dagwin's channel. I'm genuinely flattered that you think that I can... now, I realise that this was a very, very select minority, and I did explain on the video, in the comment section, but I just wanted to say this, because I did find it quite amusing. I find it quite flattering that you think I am capable of recording a 30-minute episode, editing it, rendering it, uploading it onto YouTube, creating a thumbnail image, and getting YouTube to process that video all in the space of 1 hour. I'm genuinely flattered that you think I'm capable of pulling off such a feat, when it normally takes a minimum of 6 hours to do something like that. So yes, for those of you who did think that I was copying Dagwin's channel, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm genuinely flattered you think I'm capable of doing that. But believe me, that was a remarkable, absolutely remarkable coincidence that both of us had such a similar thumbnail. And yes, it's not physically possible to actually get a video recorded, edited, uploaded and everything in the space of 1 hour. It's just a physical impossibility. Not to mention the fact that I record my videos days beforehand, so yeah, it was just a remarkable coincidence. So there you go. I did find that quite funny. But anyway, yeah, going back to the games, I'm starting to think that maybe we want to be considering other games. Maybe we should be looking at sort of expanding things a little bit here, so that we don't just have the same content over and over and over and over. I don't want the same content being repeated on this channel over and over all the time, because I want people to watch the channel. I don't want people thinking, oh yeah, it's Farming Simulator on Frith's channel. Don't really fancy watching it today, but it's nice to know it's there. That's nice and all, but it doesn't help me. I need regular views. So I need the content on here that is not the kind of content that people think, oh yeah, that's nice. I know it's there. I might watch some this week, I might not. I want you to think, oh, Frith's new video is coming out at 4 o'clock GMT +1, which is our summertime now. That's when Frith's video is coming out. I want to watch that video. It's new content, it's interesting content, I want to watch it today. I don't want to watch it next week. I don't want to maybe know that it's there and just, well, that's acceptable. I might tune in, I might not. I want content that people want to be watching. So that's why I'm asking this question about these games. So think very carefully. I am very much aware that 99% of people who watch this channel are here because of my Farming Simulator videos, because that's all I've been doing for a long time now. But I'm starting to think that we do need to change it up a bit, because yeah, I just don't want to lose, I don't want people to lose interest. I don't want you to drift away to other channels because you're finding this a bit repetitive and a bit boring. I want you to let me know what you think needs to be changed, and I'm thinking that this might be a way to go. So question is 100% Farming Simulator on this channel, 6 days a week for Let's Plays, plus my 2 time lapses. The time lapses are staying, those aren't being touched. We're looking at Let's Plays. So 6 Let's Plays a week for Farming Simulator, 3 Let's Plays a week for Farming Simulator and 3 Let's Plays a week for other games. So I will do 1 series of Farming Simulator and then I will do other games. Or 4 Let's Plays per week for Farming Simulator and 2 Let's Plays per week for other games, where I will do 2 episodes on each of the series that we have for Farming Simulator. So I would do 2 Goldcrest, 2 Water Valley, and then 2 for other games. I don't know how well that would work. Running 3 separate series in a week seems like it would be a bit of a muddle. And also only doing 2 episodes per week, I don't know. I don't know if it would advance fast enough. So personally, I think that if we're going to start doing other stuff, we should be doing 3 episodes, do 1 series of Farming Simulator, which would be Gorali. We would run Water Valley until it finishes and then stop doing Water Valley, and replace it with alternative games, and keep the Gorali one going. So we've got Farming Simulator 3 days a week, and then we've got the other games 3 days a week as well. And that way you've got a good series that is progressing at a reasonable pace, and it's not going to feel like it's stalling because we hardly ever have another episode of the video, the series. I'm sort of making myself clear here, but anyway, those are your 3 options. 6 days a week for 6 days a week for Farming Simulator, 3 days for Farming Simulator and 3 days for other games, or 4 days for Farming Simulator and 2 days for other games. It's your vote, it's your game, and for once it's actually your channel as well. Everything, this is all down to you guys. Head into the comment section down below, let me know what you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. That really is all I've got time for today, and I look forward to seeing all of your responses. Obviously, you know by now that I have to record all of my episodes on Monday for the beginning of the week before I can start doing anything else. And all of these are recorded before I can see your responses to any of it. So I still don't know how this vote is going to start to go. I will know by the time I'm recording Water Valley, but I'm going to ask a question again in Water Valley. I'd like to get as many opinions as possible before I make my final decision. And it's not just going to be on votes. I'm going to take into account everybody's comments as well. This is something that I'm going to do this very carefully. I don't want to upset a lot of people, but at the same time, I do need to keep this channel fresh. I need to keep things going. I need to keep content being added to the channel. So yeah, it's something I'm going to approach very carefully, and I'm not just going to sort of blunder over everybody's wishes. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give me a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar, goodbye, and see you later.